Fuck is a playlist? Jesus. Take a couple weeks off and you can't find shit.
With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets busted, with a chance, with a chance. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all you old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a chance. When the crowd gets fussy, when the floor gets dusty, when your blade gets rusted, with a chance, with a chance. When your room smells funny, when a hex takes your money, what's gonna save you, honey? Just with a chance, with a chance. All you witches and all you old magicians, it's time to start listening to with a chance, with a chance. With a chance, with a chance, with a chance, with a just go.
Whatever it takes, rid this dictator. POTUS my tail. Debater, prime time primo, rhyme time crime like no other in this lifetime. White House killer, dead in lifelines. Broke this joke out or die trying. Unprecedented, the minute, many presidented. Nazi, Gestapo, dictator defendant. It's not what you think, it's what you follow. Run for them jewels, drink from that bottle. Another 4 years gonna gut your hollow. Gun it out, dried up, broken, can't borrow.
State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me.
Mister, I am the law, and you are not. In fact, I'm God. I got a lot. Mister, these United Breaks take over, come over. Orange hair, fear the comb over. Here's another scare, keep them hands in the air. Better not breathe, you dare not dare. Don't say nothing, don't think nothing. Make America great again, the middle just love it. When he wanna talk, walk y'all straight to them ovens. Human beings of color, yeah, we be suffering.
State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me.
Rock that vote, a vote for hell. Real generals now, not some USFL. Not a game I did, I mentioned his name. Operation 45, yeah, it's the same thing. Sounds like Berlin burning, same thing. History's a mystery if y'all ain't learning. In this clown show for real estate bozo. Nazi cult 45, Gestapo.
State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry, stay away from me.
Public Enemy.
Yes.
Song from, I guess, like last year, I think.
Definitely
I forget when that album came out.
within the last 4 years,
Yeah.
for sure.
On Widdershins. Radio for your
Widdershins.
spiritual side. A twisted approach to the left-hand path and all the paths in between. And we're on vacation. We took a week or two off after,
I don't
suffering with power for
I don't
9
think
days.
we've had a post-Hurricane Ida show yet.
We did. We came on
Oh, we
just to
did.
make sure that everybody knew that we were safe and stuff.
Okay.
Because, people freak out.
Yeah.
And I think the power was still out. We did it off of my data.
It's kind of
we
like
didn't have
having a
internet.
family.
Yeah, it is. It's our Widdershins family.
Mm-hmm.
They're twisted. They're a twisted approach to the left-hand path, the
Yes.
Widdershins family. And, so we're back. We're here. The hurricane ended. The power was out for like 10 days.
11.
The trash didn't get picked up for a month. I mean, the trash had already been way overdue. And then everybody's stinky trash they had to throw away because their refrigerators were defrosting and shit.
Yeah.
Sat in the trash cans for weeks. The entire town reeked. And then after they picked up the trash, it was a different reek until people started cleaning their trash cans. It smells a little better most places, but
just
some
pour
places
some
I go,
bleach into
yeah.
it. And then the people on the other block behind us got their trash taken later than us.
It's like
And
yesterday, the day before,
then
that
that
was
started
gnarly.
reeking.
Oh, God.
And then all of a sudden, we smelled the sweet scent of bleach.
Yes.
So they bleached theirs out
Stanky,
as well.
it was the stankiest fucking town.
Yeah.
Entire, and then some places in New Orleans where they have the the plumbing backup. Entire neighborhood smelled like shit. It was lovely.
Yeah, I mean, there were people, this didn't happen in New Orleans, but there were people in other parts of the state that didn't have water either.
Yeah.
So we were actually lucky, at least we could
Yeah.
flush our toilets.
They didn't turn off our water. I mean, it's not like we were going to drink that water or anything, but we needed to flush the toilets and, wash shit. And that
Yeah,
kind of
having
stuff.
running water
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
helpful thing.
But we're past all that now.
Yes.
And we're close.
Until the next hurricane.
Close to the end of hurricane season.
No, we're not.
We're close.
No, we're not.
We've got 2 months, right?
Hurricane season ends on November 31st.
Yeah, it's 2 months.
Okay.
We're almost in October.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we're close to the end. We're just over
I'm
halfway.
trying to be, optimistic.
Being optimistic and lying doesn't work. Remember how they tried to tell us there was no COVID because they were being optimistic?
That was a little beyond optimistic.
Yeah, no.
Calling 2 months close is not, stretching it that much.
2 months out of 6 months total, I wouldn't say it's close. It's a little
We're
over
on the
half.
tail end. Can we go with that? The tail end of fucking hurricane season. So if we just get past that without another one, then it's fall now. And
And we
immediately it
felt
cooled off.
We felt it today.
I got to put on my leather jacket.
Yeah.
It was
I
fucking
usually
nice.
chill out in my thin kimono because it's so hot. And today I had to ditch the kimono and
put on the Bad Witch hoodie.
Bad Witch hoodie.
Yeah, the
That,
famous
that means it's fall.
Bad Witch hoodie was famous on one of our other shows.
Yep.
The Stay the Fucking Home show.
Yep.
And it's still kicking. And,
Yep.
and now you have 2 of them because somebody sent you one.
Yes.
Yes.
When we couldn't find this
Fans sent you another one.
Yes.
Yes. So what else is going on? I've been arguing. It's a constant job arguing with anti-vax people. Every time the president posts something on his Facebook page, I spend all day arguing and then responding to the people that responded to me. And if everything goes as planned, by the end of October, I won't argue anymore. As soon as our kid's able to get vaccinated, I have zero fucks to give about
y'all
any
can
of
go
y'all.
fuck yourselves after our kid's vaccinated.
Yeah, it's the only thing I am absolutely willing to have large portions of the stupid die
There's
off.
a knock? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Marta's gonna have to talk then.
Oh, okay.
Tell him something.
Well, lately, actually, I wouldn't say that Trump himself has been saying anything negative about vaccinations. In fact, the last time he said anything, he was trying to encourage people to get it, and he got booed, which is, probably why he never encouraged it in the first place. But he's kind of shut up about it now. He's admitted that he got vaccinated. All the politicians are vaccinated. All these anti-mask mandate governors, they're all vaccinated. Their staff is vaccinated. The staff at Fox News is vaccinated. They spend a lot of their time trashing the vaccines and trashing the mask mandates and all that. But yet, they themselves are vaccinated. And I do not understand how these followers of theirs don't seem to understand that. It's like everybody you're listening to who's telling you not to get vaccinated is vaccinated. Like, if that's not an obvious thing right there, I don't know what is. And I'm also like I kind of gave up. I don't really argue with them anymore because I would like for them hypothetically to get vaccinated, but I understand that there's really not a whole lot I can do about it. And all I can really do is protect my family and my loved ones and, not get any on us. And so right now we started going out for a while, things were looking better. And then we went back into a mandate, things started getting worse. And now because our child is too young to get vaccinated, we're really not going anywhere. I mean, Mike and I will go places when he's at school, but we won't bring him anywhere with us. And it's getting a little tiresome, so I'm really looking forward to the day when he can get vaccinated. And our son hates shots. He hates shots, and he knows that this is 2 shots, and he still wants it. Because there was a time when I was talking to Mike, and I was like, maybe we won't get it for him in the beginning, and blah, blah, and our kid is like, well, I want the vaccine. I'm like, it's 2 shots, buddy, and he doesn't care. He wants it.
Smart kid.
Yep.
It's probably his upbringing.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, as I was starting to say, it's like I am absolutely willing to have large portions of the population die off. As a matter of fact, that's probably what has to happen.
Well, it's their choice.
We need the stupid to die.
Yeah.
We need to cull the herd. We came really
need
close to becoming idiocracy.
We need to subvert idiocracy.
Yes. And we got to, our son got to see idiocracy.
Yeah.
And he, it was not lost on him. Like right away, he's going, it's kind of like Trump. And I go, exactly, exactly. It was a comedy that almost became a documentary. And,
well, I would.
and you can watch it on YouTube now.
Yep.
But so at that point, I just don't give a fuck. The people not being vaccinated and creating variants that endanger my child is the only fucking thing I care about. We're safe. We're vaccinated. If they say we're going to get boosters, I'll get a fucking booster.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
And I'm on Team Moderna, so I'm really sitting pretty.
Yeah. I'm under no illusions that the government ever is going to do something to help me or care about me. I'm still an anarchist at heart. But they want us back to work. That's the thing. They're losing fucking money. The economy's in the tank. That's all that matters. We're in a capitalist country. That's why I know the vaccines work.
Yep.
That's why they're harping on it. They want us back to work. They need their worker bees working.
And
or the system
when
falls.
we were kids, there was no chickenpox vaccine. You just got chickenpox, and then you never got it again.
You got herd immunity.
And then when we had our kid, all of a sudden now they need a chickenpox vaccine. And I wondered about it. I'm like, why the hell do you need a chickenpox vaccine? Everybody got it. I mean, unfortunately, I'm sure some kids didn't do that well, but it just wasn't something that parents feared. And then somebody explained it to me, and I believe it. They have a chickenpox vaccine, so the parents don't have to take time off to sit with their sick kids.
And then they won't get shingles later because they haven't had it.
Yeah.
So there's that too. So that's two days that the parents won't have to take off from work. I mean, they might have got shingles later when they were, 2 times that the parents wouldn't have to take off from work. But
well, not everybody gets shingles after chickenpox.
Yeah, I know.
Have you had shingles?
No. But that's twice that they will be able to keep you at work. That might have happened.
Well, shingles usually affects adults, so that's kind of
so it keeps them back at work when they're adults. Yeah. It's all about keeping the worker bees working. And now we've reached a state where it's kind of interesting that it worked out this way. It's like people have realized how bullshit the system is, and nobody wants to work at shitty jobs anymore, and they don't have to. The jobs are plentiful, and as it goes on, there are going to be plenty of jobs in red states, and the blue people can move to the red states, take over, turn them into blue states, and take all those fucking jobs that nobody's going to be taking because they're dead. Because they're fucking dead. I'm okay with that. I'm not in favor of committing mass genocide, but if they do it to themselves.
Long hauler COVID is a thing. So even if they're not dead, a lot of these long haulers, not all of them, but a lot of them aren't able to work anyway.
Oh, yeah, those are the people who like to argue with me about that they've got...
immunity?
They've got immunity because they had it, or they have the microbodies. What's the word? They have antibodies, and apparently all these people have had antibody tests, which I don't know where you would get one of those. But all these people, they've all have been tested, and they know that they have the fucking antibodies.
Your doctor's office.
But I know none of these people actually did it.
I actually looked into this, and people who've had COVID do have antibodies for a while. But they are not to replace vaccinations. Like, you're still supposed to get vaccinated even if you've had COVID, especially if you've had COVID, because once the antibodies wear off, if you've already had COVID and you get it again, it's worse the second time.
Yeah.
The antibodies don't last forever. It is true that they have them for a while, but that's never been a reason not to take the vaccine.
Okay, look at the boosters. That shows us that it's going to be there. If we have something that produces antibodies and then the antibodies fade, we might have to get boosters, then having antibodies from getting the fucking virus is not going to help you either, because that's going to fade too. If the antibodies from this thing fades,
it doesn't last
they
that
always
long.
fade. It's not, again, it's not like chickenpox.
I mean,
you have
obviously,
chickenpox one time, you're never going to have it again.
A lot of people have gotten COVID twice. So what does that say about your antibodies? If you got it again,
Exactly.
it doesn't last forever.
Exactly. And what I was saying was, we can see that. It's like from the vaccine. If it's looking like we're going to have a booster, then that shows us that the antibodies don't last. Mm-hmm. And then while we have people not getting vaccines, they're creating variants that, we'll all have to get. It'll probably be like every year. We're going to have to get a fucking shot now. Thank you, assholes.
Yeah. And variants happen with, like, the more chances a virus infects somebody, that enables it to have a greater chance to mutate.
Yeah.
And so the point is, if everybody's vaccinated, you can still get the virus, but it's immediately, what's that word? It's compromised right away, so it doesn't have a chance to mutate. Mm-hmm. And that's the idea of getting people vaccinated. It's like, we know, you can still get it, you can still spread it, but you're spreading a compromised version of the virus.
Yes.
That cannot mutate unless it goes to an unvaccinated person.
Yes. And as witches, this affected our communities in our own way too. Covens were not able to meet. I know the New Orleans coven, they were not fucking meeting during COVID. They were not able to have their weekly temple time or, full moons or whatever they fucking do. People couldn't have rituals. People couldn't have festivals. We just had Hex Fest here in August. Vaccines were mandated. Vaccines are mandated in New Orleans for most public stuff that you'd want to do anyways. Fucking Eric Clapton fucking played here after his fucking anti-vax bullshit that he fucking went on a rampage about for fucking weeks. He sucked it up and had a concert here where...
And New Orleans has a
vaccine mandate. So
you can't play here if you're anti-vax.
Yeah.
So obviously he broke down.
Yeah, so he had some really serious convictions about that, apparently. Hey, dogs, knock it off. People don't need to hear demons in the back. Well, maybe they do. It's not quite Samhain time yet. But, and then ready. Festivals, like, Dragon Con didn't happen last year. It happened this year. They just had it a couple weeks ago, which, as near as I can tell, it's kind of like, part pagan, part Comic-Con, part sci-fi. A lot of cosplay going on. Look at this. You're pissing off the dog over there that never gets to play, man. He's so jealous. You hear him? That's playing for these fucking fools.
Oh, I got something.
Yes.
I wonder what.
I don't know. It's a box.
Yes, it's a box.
Can you tell it's a box?
It's
from
it's
Amazon
box.
Prime.
It's a box.
So something you ordered from Amazon
I know, but
Prime.
I just checked my account and it says both things are still out for delivery. Mm-hmm. Maybe they didn't update it yet.
UPS truck.
Oh. Okay, yeah, one of them is UPS and one of them was Amazon. I don't remember which though.
This is our life these days. There's always something coming from Amazon.
Maybe it's my syrups. No, it doesn't seem heavy enough to be my syrups.
Hexfest next year's heating up, and it's going to be vaccine required. The only festival that I know of that we'll be plugging tonight is Witchfest. Or no, I'm sorry, WitchCon. No, I did Witches Fest already too, and I did that remotely. But WitchCon's an all-online festival, so vaccines won't be required, I guess.
No.
That would be kind of hard to pull off.
Well, you're going to be sitting at home, so nobody really cares if you're vaccinated.
I mean, I could show my vaccine card on the camera if I need to.
I wouldn't. Yay.
What the fuck is this?
My rollers.
Oh my god. She got fucking hair rollers, dude.
And the
I didn't even think anybody
spray.
made those anymore. Setting spray, too.
Ugh.
You'd be looking like Flo.
It's like it leaked a little bit.
Say, kiss my grits.
No, don't you? You don't get to command me of what I should say and when.
Sometimes I do.
No.
Oh, what the fuck are we talking about? Oh, the Trump tards and the vaccine. And Trump got the vaccine. All the fucking Republican politicians got the fucking vaccine. And they're still playing this stupid game. But it's they're not too bright. They can't do math. I thought at a certain point they got the fact that it's like, wait a minute, it's only our people that are dying. We need to say something.
That has not occurred to them yet.
Yes.
Apparently,
It occurred to me right away.
It's occurred to everybody else. I mean, I see people posting all the time saying like, "Well, it's gonna be blue soon," you know, because all the red people are, you know,
there's gonna be a blue tidal wave for 2022 and 2024, and there just won't be enough Republicans to vote. Yay! I mean, not that I don't just back Biden like a fucking cult member, like a Trump supporter. I criticize him plenty. The news that we watch, like people always say, you know, oh, don't listen to CNN. Fucking CNN criticizes him all the fucking time, man. That's the difference between us and them. We're not fucking cult members. It's like, he won't attack us if we criticized him. He won't try and do us. I mean, now he's turning on fucking Mitch McConnell because Mitch McConnell once criticized him. And he's a butthurt little bitch. Even though Mitch McConnell has no scruples whatsoever, and everything that he ever said about Trump, he took back and then jumped back on the fucking Trump train.
And Lindsey Graham did it too.
Yeah. Lindsey Graham did it too. The fucking... the guy with the phone call did it. They all did it. They all came out.
McCarthy?
Yeah, McCarthy. They all fucking did it, and then now they backpedaled on fucking Trump because they know he's going to attack them. But so far, his attacking them and backing other Republicans hasn't worked out.
Losing elections.
They're fucking losing. He just loves to lose. Republicans love to lose. They're backing a loser,
and he even wants to lose again in 2024.
And it's, you know, I seriously, I don't think he's even gonna run in 2024. He's gonna collect a bunch of fucking money from donors and keep it. He doesn't want that fucking that frustration. He wants to be able to do whatever he wants to do, like he is when he's the CEO of fucking Trump Towers. And
we don't
shit.
even know if Melania definitely
she
does
not
want to repeat that experience.
Yeah. I mean, and that was part of the problem with him in the first place, is he was used to just calling the shots and nobody could fucking say shit.
Yep.
And it ain't that kind of party. But sick of talking about him. Yeah. And we're still talking about him because he won't fucking go away. Just go away.
He's suing the New York Times and his niece.
Yeah.
You know how the New York Times wrote a story recently about how he's going to have to show his taxes? Mm-hmm. So he's calling it a plot. So never mind that every other person running for president and everybody who's won for president has shown their taxes, but he is calling it a plot. Mm-hmm. So maybe his taxes are kind of shady.
Maybe.
If he thinks that, if he's referring to it as a plot, and when he was running, he made the excuse that he was being audited, so he couldn't show his taxes. I looked it up. You absolutely can show your taxes, even if you're being audited. But he said, after the audit, I'll show everything. He hasn't showed anything.
Well...
And attempts to get him to show things is apparently a plot.
I understand that when he was president, he could pull certain strings. But after he's not president, the IRS is still the IRS. It's like, why do we even need him to show? Just go fucking IRS, look at it, and fucking bust him. I was like, why do we need him to even fucking show his taxes? We know he's shady. The IRS just needs to do the fucking job. But maybe that's why Trump spent a lot of effort gutting the fucking IRS. It's like, we all really need to, if you're behind on your taxes, file them now.
Like we are.
Yes, because the fucking...
We're way behind.
I know. But the IRS just doesn't have the power to fucking do anything anymore. And, you know, it doesn't sound like it's high on Joe's priority to fix that right now either. He's got a lot of other shit to fix. Yep. So, that's politics and shit. Hello, Hound.
I don't know. Say, stop wagging. Stop it.
Knocking shit around with your tail.
I don't know that we really have a whole lot of or any witchy stuff to talk about.
Got a couple news stories that
Okay.
I saved, and I gotta start plugging shit. It occurs to me that WitchCon is right around the fucking corner. I haven't plugged it yet. I don't
It's
even
in
know who's
5
there
months.
yet. Yeah, that's for us. We start plugging early, and that's right around the corner for us. I'm not gonna really talk about HexFest much because there's a lot of changes going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk about
I would
that.
get your tickets for HexFest
Yeah.
now, but the lineup is not set. There's a couple people that I know of that are on the lineup that aren't listed yet. They just tapped me for 2 more classes, so I'm doing 3 classes at HexFest next year. But the list is not accurate.
Because I think he's had some people who usually do it,
Yeah.
but because of COVID and they're in other countries, so because
Yeah.
of COVID and the vaccination requirements and all that stuff, it doesn't look like they're gonna make it next year.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit up in the air. I mean, he has most of the schedule down, but if you look at the schedule online, there are a few classes here and there that will say TBA.
Yes.
So it's a some people are set in their schedule, but not everybody.
Yeah. So there's that. All right. So we'll I guess we'll play something, and I'll get those stories up that I'm gonna read. Widdershins. You can hear us typically every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central U.S. time. I don't know where you're listening to us right now, but you can hear us right there. We come out of Spreaker, Spreaker.com/user/Widdershins. Or sometimes it says Michael Carell's show. I don't know how that happened.
Oh,
They-
so
they
do
cha-
I get to stop doing it?
They changed the fucking address. Last time I tried user/Widdershins, it didn't fucking work. And it's got some other fucking thing. I don't know what the fuck they changed. Any rate, you can find us at iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Tumblr, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and like 5 or 6 other fucking places where there's fucking podcasts. If there's a place where you usually get fucking podcasts, look for Widdershins. We're probably there. I can't keep track of all that shit. Jesus, people, I got work to do. Shut up.
Father, can you hear me? How have I let you down? I curse the day that I was born, and all the sorrow in this world.
Stellar Corpses on Widdershins Radio. We heard Bad Religion before that. And let's see, we got a story here to read. Now, as you may know, if you're a regular listener, I don't read the stories before I read the stories because I wanted to be shocked by you. But the headline I read. This comes from Patheos Pagan. These things aren't all true. Falsehoods in the pagan community. Well, I think it's a falsehood that we're all called the pagan community anymore, first of all. But anyway, let's see. By Jason Mankey. Hey, being on social media means that I come across a lot of comments and articles about modern paganism. Most of those things are positive and represent truths as the individual sees them. Other times, though, I'm reading things that are just not true. Here are some of those things, and we'll see if we agree. Pagan authors make a lot of money, or any money, really. All right, well, right away, even before I read that, I know that not to be true. We used to have a saying in the pagan community, publish or perish, because that was the only way that a big-name pagan became a big-name pagan. You noticed that I used the past tense because that is not the case anymore. And those big-name pagans still didn't make much money. I think that Scott Cunningham still died of because he didn't have fucking medical insurance back in the day. And that was when that was the only way to be a big-name pagan was to author a book. I will eventually author something, but not to make myself a big name. I think authors should write books. We expect our authors to teach. We expect them to be priests or priestesses. We expect them to do a lot more than just write fucking books, which is their job. Let's see, a few things make me chuckle louder than reading the comments by people who think pagan writers make a lot of money off their books. For most pagan authors, writing is a second job. It's nowhere close to the primary source of income. You know how much the average writer makes on a pagan book? About $1. Do you know how much an average pagan book sells for? How much the average pagan book sells? A few thousand copies. There's some full-time pagans in the world, but most of them are doing 12 other things in addition to writing. They're blogging, selling artwork, reading tarot, running a business, constantly traveling for speaking gigs. But most pagan writers work in a mundane job. A pagan gathering, once very known writer asked me and a few other folks who write books, who go to festivals, what's your day job? And everybody had one. See now, kids, diverting from the story. That's why one of the reasons I'm not really chomping at that bit. It's not going to make a big difference in my bottom line. It would be an ego boost to have a book, but ego boosts don't tend to pay the fucking bills. The average pagan book's going to sell for $19.95. My cheapest class is $20. Of that, Gumroad gets about $1 at the fucking most. I'm guessing. The percentage is much smaller, but I get the majority of that. They take a small percentage for handling the billing and all that kind of shit. But I make more money teaching classes and having people buy the classes than I ever would writing a fucking book. That would be just like. But we have little things like we make a few dollars here and there off of Widdershins. I make a few dollars here and there off of TikTok. I make nothing really off of YouTube because I'm not monetized over there. But there's small little bits that that's how I would view being an author. It'd be some little bit of money that would added to all the other little bits of money maybe might make a difference in my life at some point. Let's see, the next one. People who practice Hindu or Native American traditions are pagans. When we use the word pagan in a reference to this community we participate in, the world really only encompasses people who self-identify as pagans, or possibly people who hang out at festivals, blog spots, and read our books. It's completely unfair to label somebody pagan who does not identify as pagan and is not an active part of our community. Can one be a Hindu pagan? Absolutely. But that's a determination that needs to be made by the individual, not you or I. It's like, it's like their pronouns. we're deciding their pronouns for them and using the wrong fucking pronoun. Since the word pagan came into vogue back in the 1960s, it's generally been thought of as an umbrella term for religious, spiritual grouping. I tend to still look at it that way most of the time, but that's a really great argument that it's a social grouping and not a spiritual one. Pagans are people who gather and participate in pagan spaces, not just people who want to be pagans. It's also worth noting that both Native American traditions and Hindu traditions are multifaceted and not anywhere close to universal. Native American practices differ from tribe to tribe.
My syrup is 2 stops away.
And Hinduism has been a long umbrella term for perhaps hundreds of different traditions found in the Indian subcontinent. Fundamentalist Hindus have almost nothing in common with today's pagan community in North and South America and Europe. We can still push out the pagan umbrella on occasion, but we can't force people to stand under it. Oh, here's one. Paganism is one big happy family. See, that's why we had Jason Mankey on the show. You know, I like him, and I tend to agree with him a lot of the time. So, I know where this one's going to go. I was 25 years ago when I was starting out on this path. I thought paganism would be one big happy family. I knew that I was not destined to be a heathen or a Thelemite, but I thought that the folks involved in these traditions would see my witchy self as a kindred spirit for the most part. That which came true in my early years. I counted people from a variety of pagan spiritualities and some from my closest and dearest friends. These were heathens and Thelemites, but also Christo-pagans and druids and shamans, and just about everything in between. Any spirituality that saw itself as pagan or pagan-friendly, I was most likely interacting with those all those years in Lansing, Michigan. But the big happy family thing did not last. The first crack in the facade came when an initiated witch saw me and all my eclectic friends as something less than a witch. As an initiate myself now, I sort of understand it, but instead of offering a helping hand or advice, we were just given contempt. That's not how it should be done, folks. That experience was so negative that I didn't want to be a part of any initiatory path for many years. As many people have gathered under the pagan umbrella, we began to see that some folks are uncomfortable standing under or near it. The schisms emerging in the greater pagandom are not isolated things. They're very real issues that are going to be a part of our community for years and decades to come. In an early draft of this article I wrote, but despite the cracks in our, how did he say it, facade, we are mostly still nice to each other. But that's often bullshit. I enjoy good relationships with a lot of people from various traditions outside my own, but I still see traditional witches teeing off on Wiccans and vice versa, and atheist pagans dismissing magic and deity-infused experiences many of us had. I'm not sure that the people are intentionally acting like assholes during such encounters. I think many of them are simply trying to explain their realities and are oblivious to how their explanations will be received by anyone outside their spiritual system. There's more to that, of course. Let's see. Is that it? 2 things?
My syrups are 1 stop away.
Her syrups are 1 stop away, people. That's the important part right there. Wow. I guess that's the end of the damn article right there, man. He could have come up with a lot more, I would think, but that was, 2-3 things. All right, well, very short. Yeah, we're definitely not one big happy family. As I often tell people, that old standard of perfect love and perfect trust does not mean what you think it means. It seems to, most people think it means trusting everyone, loving everyone. Not everyone is worthy of either of those things. Perfect trust is learning who to trust. Perfect love is learning who's worthy of your love. That's perfect. Blindly following somebody is never perfect. But that tends to be the way people take that kind of thing. They enter the circle with perfect love and perfect trust and automatically just trust and love everybody. And that's just not the case. Let's see here. Before I go to that, I got to pay some bills here. Which, come on.
Look, they've never showed a map before.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. There we go.
See what happens when you have the app?
Coming up this President's Day weekend, February 18th to the 20th, 2022. Bring the magic to you. WitchCon online. You can do it safely, vaccinated or not vaccinated. You will not have to wear a mask in your own home.
Nope.
And we don't even fucking care.
You don't have to wash your hands.
You don't have to wash your fucking hands.
You sit there in your
old sit there in your underwear
for a week.
Yeah,
because
you're not even on camera.
Yeah.
We won't even see you.
Yeah.
Join the largest online magical conference in the world, and I haven't even read it yet. But last year it was 100 of the most epic presenters, myself included, ever at any festival ever. And this year he's going for 150. That was the plan. So hopefully he got up there. I bet he did, because it's pretty easy to get somebody to sign up for it when they don't have to go anywhere.
I think that's why he wanted to do it on a 3-day weekend, so he can have an extra day of presenters. Obviously that's why he did that, because he could only have Saturday and Sunday before.
Yes.
But now that he's got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, that's why he's getting more presenters.
But here it says it's featuring over 100 witches and conjurers from across, coming to you by live stream video from across the globe. Watch classes live, then watch on demand whenever you want. We still haven't watched all of WitchCon from last year, but I still have the links in my email, so we can. February 18th to the 20th, 2022, Brian Kane, Christian Day, and the Hex Education Network present WitchCon online, featuring over 100 classes by over 100 witches and conjurers from across the globe, ready to share their time-honored wisdom and witchery with beginners and advanced practitioners alike. These guys really want to go to WitchCon.
They really want to try my syrup, I think.
And I guess they will go to WitchCon because they'll go to my class.
Well, they know my syrup's close. I think they want to try some.
Yes. Registration is limited to 1,000 attendees, y'all. You need to get tickets for this one now. It includes all live video classes, rituals, and performances, as well as access to recordings of every class after the event has ended via our on-demand library, so you won't miss a single magical moment. Attendees and fans will love the live shopping in our virtual Vendorium, featuring powerful ritual tools, signed books, exquisite jewelry, and handmade spellcrafts. Our virtual meet and greet lets attendees and fans alike meet and chat with presenters live on Zoom, and it's a great way to meet and know your favorite teachers. We spent a lot of time on the Zoom thing, and that's actually why we got Zoom and started having Zoom parties after that, because it was so cool hanging out with all these witches.
In the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the Zoom chat.
With other presenters.
The virtual meet and greet. WitchCon is live streamed on the Hex Education Network on Crowdcast, a web-based platform with no need to download an app. You can do it on your phone, people. Let's see, presenters. WitchCon Online 22 presenters are the preeminent masters of the magical arts and hail from across the rainbow spectrum of occult and spiritual practices. Each of them are engaging teachers and offer classes personally designed to help beginners, novices, and experts alike expand their knowledge and power. And the list of presenters: Brian Kane, Christian Day, A.C. Fisher Aldag, Alexander Cabot, Alexis Ariando and Eric Librado, Angel Griffin, Ashley
that's Christian's niece.
Mortimer. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I'm friends with her now. Ashley Mortimer, Baba Teddy, Carrie O'Crow and Lori Lurella, Carrie Ewers, Carolyn Kenner, Carolyn Tully, Kat Thagard, Charity Bedell, Craig Spencer, Darcy Velez, Deborah Laurie, Diana Rachel, Dr. Angela Puka, the Dragon Ritual Drummers, Edward Massey, Edu Scaffron, Elohim Lafar, Ellie Barnes, Ellett Everett Hopman, Father Sebastian again. All right, we became friends last year over that, and kind of we met in Hollywood, but just never really hooked up until after that. Fatima Mobij, Francis Billinghurst, Freya Bishop, Georgie Mishev, Hugonsen Jacques James Devine, Jennifer Midway, John Corvus, Judy Ann Knock, Kadrick Olson, Kenya Koviak, Crystal Madison, Lady Kate and Bob Teddy, Levi Rowland, Lilith Dorsey, Madam Z, Markin Camp, Martha Moran Gonzalez, Michael Carell, Michael Herxes, Miss Kelly, and Mama Shaw. Muerteto Yamil, Oberonzel, Papa Hector. I think I know Papa Hector. Yes, I do, from different circles. Pastor Will Wyman, Patricia Telesco, Penny Delina Bedard, Petrucia Finkler, Phyllis Currat, Priestess Miriam, Rachel Patterson, Raven Digitalis, Rebecca Spirit, Reverend Paul Barrow, Richard Black Cat, Sandra Maria Wright, Sean Wild, Shannon Marie Doust, Star Ravenhawk, Cindy Bohem, Tara Sanchez, Taryn S., Timothy Shaw, Tony Midgewiski, Tanya Brown.
You should let me read that next week.
Good, yes, please do. Witch Doctor Utu and Yeshe Matthews. I don't know how many that was, but that was a buttload of some epic presenters. But again, we will be plugging Hexfest soon, but I'm waiting for them to finalize the lineup. I saw Silver Ravenwolf was going to be on there. I don't know if that's going to stay.
She's on at the same time as you.
Oh, man, I'm going to miss Silver Ravenwolf.
But she's probably doing 3.
Man. Yeah.
I only saw 1 on there. But I probably just read the one where it conflicted with yours. So. Unless she conflicts with all of yours.
Well, so far, she conflicts with a lot of mine. But we're at the same festival, so I'm not going to talk shit. Let's see. So there's that. Then there's, I guess I got to plug that one too. Let's see.
Stop. I do not want to shake your hand. I do not want to shake your hand. I do not want to, Sam I am. I do not want to. Look at him. Look at him.
I know. You're so rapey.
He's so rapey.
Does not take no for an answer.
Stop
and
it.
He knocked down her phone,
Get
dude.
away from me.
It's like messing with a woman's hair right there, man. And then there's coming up in April, I'm going to be at Cauldron Fest. You know, if COVID allows, we'll see. Cauldron Fest 2022 at Fall Creek, in Spencer, Tennessee, April 21st through the 24th. Come join the friends of Cauldron Fest as we celebrate our first Cauldron Fest. Come join us in the gorgeous peak of the Cumberland Plateau in Fall Creek State Park. Our event will host many workshops, vendors, great food, entertainment, and even a kickoff party on Friday evening. Wake up every morning with a chance to see the deer, enjoying the morning breakfast as you dine in the dining hall. This 3-night, 2.5-day event will be a great escape for everyone that needs it after this trying few years. I'm sorry, I was just making money somewhere and it distracted me for a second. Great escape that everyone needs after trying a few years. Register today as space is limited. Special announcement, join us for the kickoff party. Entertainment. Okay, where the hell's the list of presenters? That's what I want to see. All right. This is probably my first time plugging this one, so I'm not familiar with their website. Where spirit and music meet, the music of award-winning, spiritually inspiring singer-songwriter Ginger Doss is going to be there. Okay, come on, people. There's some that NAMI, the National Alliance for Mental Illness, is going to be there, I guess. Here we go. Trish Owen. Michael Carell again. Let's see, does it tell what I'm going to be teaching? I kind of forgot what I said I was going to do there. It's going to be great.
It says it, but I forgot.
Yeah.
It's so memorable.
It's so memorable that I forgot. Karen Dahlstrom. Hoodoo Brujo. Cool. I'm going to meet him finally. We know each other on TikTok. Well, definitely not the lineup that they have from any of the other ones. Let's see. There's going to be vendors there. Yeah, we need some more people there. That's not enough people for 2 days. I mean, how long do they want me to talk for? Shit. Let's see. Michael Uncle Birch is a lifelong witch and Plero root worker. It's always been witchcraft for me. Growing up at the back room of one of the older witch stores in the country, the Eye of the Cat in Long Beach, California, and his destiny was pretty much mapped out. An obsession for magic that became a career. Becoming a teacher in the craft at the tender age of 13, he's been teaching and leading witches for over 40 years. Now teaching on YouTube in Gumroad. He's teaching right now somewhere. Michael's also the owner of the Sacred Grove with his wife Marta, and together they host Wittershins, a volatile podcast of magic.
What are you reading?
Visit Michael, my bio. Visit Michael Carell on gumroad.com/witch school, which is, of course, WITCHSKEWL. I never read those bios. I mean, I wrote it. I copy and pasted it from some other festival that I was, probably from Hex Fest or something like that. I think I've been using the same bio for years. If I have to update it and include TikTok and shit like that, you can find me on TikTok as Uncle Birch. You can find me on YouTube as Uncle Birch. You can just Google Uncle Birch, bitches. Find all my shit. God. So, go to cauldronfest.com. Get tickets. They're still signing up presenters, so there's going to be more there than that. And first time we've ever been to Tennessee. So, ought to be pretty interesting. Let's see. There's nothing else on this page. Let's see. Classes. Vendors, readers. Okay, there's readers. There's vendors. What are the class? Kids activities, workshops for adults. Let's just see. Oh yeah, because see, now there's other people here. You guys, I'm gonna have to talk to these people. They're all screwed up because here's Hecate, the mother of all, that wasn't on the list of the other one. Cheryl Cotton. Cheryl Cotton was not on the list. Here's besom making, taught by Lord Ravenswolf. He was not on that other list. I'm very confused with how these ones are working. The Guide to Spiritual Protection, Julie McMahon's going to teach that. The Magical and Mundane Wisdom from Many Different Spiritual Paths by Rebecca Stevens. Norse Paganism. Oh, this is the guy that I know that's putting on the thing by... Well, shit. Steven. It's like got so many accents and other things hanging over the letters. I don't even know what these are, honey. I know what the accent is. Then there's like 2 dots, and there's like a little half a moon.
What are you trying to read?
Trying to read this person's name. That's the guy. I know him on TikTok as something else.
Hey! Hey! Ew, now your hands have been in there? It's, Hofoingi Steven.
All right, you did about as well as I did.
No, I did better. You struggled. I read it right away.
Okay, well, you hit on pretty much the same pronunciation. Introduction to Norse paganism. Okay, Trish Owen, she was on the list. Dump your junk. If you want to create spells which are successful, then you first have to clear up your own issues. Dump your junk. How to make your own rune set. It's got a $10 fee for supplies by Lord Ravenwolf. Runes and Their History by... Oh, look at him now, dude. Look at. Now he's Stephen McCormick. Okay, so that's the same guy whose name we couldn't pronounce. Apparently when he's teaching Norse paganism, he had to have some Norse name. But Stephen McCormick, I got that.
Did you say McCormick is a Norse name?
No, on the other one, it was like a Norse name with all those accents and shit. That's why it was so hard to fucking read.
Delivered. My syrups.
Delivered.
I don't see him.
Rune casting in a traditional way, taught by Rune Guidance of the Norse.
I'm going to look.
All right. Intro to Trolldom, taught by
I know a
Rune
lot of
Guidance
people
of the
can teach
Norse. Circle Casting, Why Do It? How to Do It Properly by Angela Wade. Witchcraft on a Budget by Dragon Claw. Oh, Mind Control 101 by Uncle Birch and Michael Carell. Oh, great. Now, it says Uncle Birch here, and then on the main thing it says Michael Carell. Oh, well, people, I know it's confusing, but you'll get over it. Crossing the Roads of Conjure by Hoodoo Brew. Oh. And that's it. Well, that does seem like 2 days worth of shit right there. Well, it's going to be fun. Finally, having festivals again and being able to gather with witches. I mean, here at Hex Fest, it was epic. There was, most people were vaccinated. Like there was an exception because some people had bought tickets before there was a vaccine mandates. They had to like do something for them. So they basically had black beads around their neck. Everybody else had red beads around their neck. The workers had blue beads around their neck. And the people that had black beads around their neck, you avoided like the plague. The only people I saw hanging out with the black beaded people were people wearing black beads. So they were pretty much like cast out on an island all by themselves. But that was only really a handful of people that I saw with the black beads. Everybody was responsible citizens. As I've said elsewhere, I'm an anarchist. An anarchist is anybody that doesn't need a cop to tell them what to do. I got the vaccine before it was mandated. I wore a mask before it was mandated because it's the right thing to do.
We locked down before it was mandated.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Widdershins. I'm not really sure what much else we have to do. Let's see, I think I had another story here. Hold on if I can get to it.
I don't see anything. Sasha said there was no knock, but it says it was delivered.
Did you look in the mailbox itself?
It's not going to fit in the mailbox.
Okay. Huh. Well, that's kind of weird. Okay, I thought I had another story here. God damn it, I don't think I do. Let's see. Pagan Community Notes. That was... from the Wild Hunt. Okay. Pagan Community Notes from the weekend of September 20th, 2021. From the Wild Hunt. Cleveland, the Buckland Museum unveiled a new exhibit called The Satanic Panic. Dragons, Witches, and Monsters in Pop Culture last week. Buckland Museum describes this time period as the exhibit is focused on, and I know this time period very well. The 1980s and early 90s was a time of widespread morality policing spearheaded by evangelicals and fictional memoirs of surviving satanic sex cults, policing everything from rock and roll to role-playing games. No one was safe. Rainbow Bright sported pentagrams on her face. He-Man, Masters of the Universe, was endorsing pagan practices. The Thundercats were inspired by heathen gods. And the Smurfs were depictive of dead creatures because their blue skin with black lips. You know, that wasn't totally it. There was a time when Papa Smurf stood in a pentagram on the ground with a white candle at each of the points of the pentagram, and he did a little spell. He did a ritual. That was part of it.
Ooh, left on the front door or porch. I didn't see it there.
Okay, you want to talk to these people about something, and I'll go look?
What were you... Play music.
Or you could read this.
Okay. Where are you? You don't know.
Right around the Thundercats were inspired by heathen gods. The Smurfs.
Oh, and the Smurfs were depictive of dead creatures because they're blue skin with black lips. I heard that part. Even diapers weren't safe. In 1985, Procter & Gamble found itself in the unusual position of having to hold a press conference to deny that they were funding a satanic church. Since 1982, the company had been the target of anonymous accusations claiming their logo, a man in the moon surrounded by 13 stars, was secretly the mark of the devil. Buckland Museum Gallery curator Kelly Griffith said in a published interview, "The show came about because of the cultural and political climate." Griffith, who is also a co-owner of the SideQuest, went on to say, "It's very timely. Even with Lil Nas and the Montero video and the sneakers, people were you guys remember those sneakers? People were freaking out about the sneakers," she says. "It is also really timely with all the new morality policing with reproductive rights and anti-vaxxers and all that. We've seen such a big divide again. So this is a little bit of commentary on that, but in a fun way. The exhibit runs through November 14th, 2021. The end.
The end?
Yeah. Scroll. Oh, okay. Keep reading.
Man, you were doing great. You should read more.
You should read more.
You just sit there and look pretty. And they can't tell because it's fucking radio.
I don't care what they think, what they can tell, what they can't tell.
Wiltshire, England. English Heritage launched a new conservation project that's focused on preserving the monolithic site of Stonehenge for generations to come. Guardian reports that it's possibly being one of the most significant preservation projects undertaken at the site in 60 years. The senior curator of Stonehenge with English Heritage, Heather Sabir, said the new project, the stones look as if they will stand forever, but just like about everything, they are vulnerable. This vital work will protect the features which make Stonehenge so distinctive. The impact of climate, severe weather events, and erosion over time have weakened some of the lintels on the horizontal stones that help give Stonehenge its iconic, immediately recognizable design. While repairs have been performed on the site over the years, they were not always done with the care that is exercised today. For instance, one of the lintel stones, number 122, which cracked apart and fell in 1900, was simply slapped back together using concrete and then reinstalled to its original position. It probably looks so tacky. In 2018, during a project that was focused on determining the origin of the Saracen stones, researchers noted the concrete mortar patch job on stone number 122 was cracking with bits falling out. Further examination using laser scans revealed the number of natural holes in the stones could leave them more vulnerable to the extreme heat, cold, and water. TWH Witch School announced last week that Pagans Tonight Radio would be returning on the 13th anniversary of its broadcast, hosted by Ed Hubbard. That's all I'm going to read because it's Ed Hubbard. Other news: the Trees of Avalon Gathering announced that they've opted. The Trees of Avalon Gathering announced today that they've opted to cancel their Samhain gathering scheduled for November 4th through the 7th. The group cited the rising number of COVID-19 cases and the result a growing number of attendees seeking to transfer their registration fees to the following spring event. We've gone over the numbers and come to the conclusion we had to make the decision not only to protect us, but the festival itself. We want to make many more memories with you. Puget Sound Pagan Pride announced this annual 16th event will be held on September 25th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. The event plans to have a variety of programming that includes over 20 presenters, performers, and craft activities. The event is free and family friendly. The organizers said of the event, while the world is in doubt, we can bring pagans and others from around the world together and to lighten the wisdom of our respected paths. All right, well, hopefully you're fucking vaccinated and wearing goddamn masks. In the press release, the TRO announced that Robert Lewis received the most votes in selection for the open seat on the High Reed, according to the news release. Lewis is the organization's current webmaster and very active in international heathen discourse. He will participate in the next meeting, which takes place October 1st. Robert L. Schroeder thanked those who campaigned for the open seat and encouraged everyone to run again in 2022. A smaller and potentially more affordable version of look-alike Stonehenge was said to be auctioned off earlier this month, but failed to find a buyer. The circle of granite stones measuring 30 feet across and 17 stones, some as huge as 8 feet in height. The auction house, PGRJ Style, handled the proceedings. And when the stones did not sell, Robert Pyle admitted that stones might not be everybody's cup of tea. Shit. How much is it? BBC reported on a new event that was scheduled for the past weekend designed to help people, help educate people about witchcraft. The event was organized by a non-profit Coven of Gaia, based in Warwickshire, England. The festival took place on a 160-acre plot of land which features a mix of meadow and woodland, and is home to the Heart of England Conference and Event Center. The organizers were expecting as many as 2,000 and characterized the event as being family-friendly. The group's website describes them as a small coven based in Warwickshire, adamant to teach the ways of the witch and pagan to those that need it, and also develop their curious minds and draw out natural talents. Last week, a powerful new art display in the Mall of Washington was installed. Artist Suzanne Brennan Fistenberg created an installation as a remembrance of those who have been lost. It is comprised of 660,000 white flags, each representing a person who died from the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic in the U.S. More flags will continue.
I saw that thing. It's huge.
I think I saw a picture of it too. Little tiny flags.
It's like endless fields.
Yeah. Installation is titled "In America Remember." And there's a picture of it right there.
Yeah, endless fields.
Endless fields. My God, dude. Well, hell, that's the fucking news, Wittershins. What the hell was that? Something tried to play. All right,
Okay.
Luckily it did not play, or it would have cut us off.
Okay.
Ended the damn show. I have nothing more to say.
I have nothing more
to say to you people.
I have nothing more to say to you.
Fucking get your fucking vaccine.
Yes.
And wear a fucking mask.
Please don't come to our town if you're not vaccinated.
Because we don't want our listeners to die off. Without you.
We're
Why would we do
actually
this?
being selfish about it.
Yes.
We just don't want to lose our listeners.
Yeah. We like our cliques. We every one of you represents a clique. Some of you represent several cliques because you watch it, you listen to it several times. We can see that, by the way, you people. And so we love our cliques. So keep on clicking and go out there and get to sticking that vaccine in your fucking arm. Wittershins. We'll see you next week.